These are the masters of speed. This is Formula One.
Yo guys, welcome. It's Monaco setup then for F2 cars. I'm running as Teo Porche, side P2. So, 5 red lights. Obviously setup is coming at the end. Let's get into this. You can get absolutely amazing starts. You really can get an amazing start. Even if you were, quite a few car length behind, you can still outstart the AI. They have really poor starts for some reason, and the AI level is on 100, so you can test it for yourself if you want and see what I'm talking about. But you can have amazing starts in these F2 cars. Much better than you can in F1 cars. So I absolutely adore Monaco. I love Monaco to bits. It is a very tricky circuit, obviously, but you just gotta put that fear to the back of your mind and just absolutely send it. Coming up to the tricky swimmable section, just be aware of the curbs, especially this one. That yellow sausage curb cost me a P1 in a league race back in 2022. I just basically threw it over that curb and unsettled the car massively and dipped me straight into the wall and sent me out. I think it was like lap 33 out of 39. It's obviously a 50% race. Yeah, I was gutted, but we move, and that's what it is about league racing. But you just gotta lose the fear. Yes, one catastrophic mistake. Well, it's not even got to be catastrophic. One mistake around a circuit like Monaco, and it's catastrophic. You lose the front wing. You basically only got to touch a wall, and that's pretty much front wing gone. This circuit is horrendous when you lose front end grip. You lose the ability to turn in. You just have to be so careful, but yet send it at the same time. But I wouldn't recommend. I always say, when you get the setup, change it. Make sure the setup is your own, and just go mad with it. Go nuts. I honestly wouldn't recommend changing the ride out on it though, because it's probably at its lowest, especially at the front. Monaco is one of those circuits, like I said, you just gotta not worry about the walls, 100% concentrate, because especially when you're doing the longer laps, you can have those momentary lapses of concentration and you could be alright. It's like a 3-2-1 and you're back in the room moment, but you can't have one of those at Monaco. You have to be on it. You have to be really on it, because if you ain't, it's going to end really bad. Throttle application as well needs to be checked. Obviously when these tyres start to wear, they wheel spin a lot from the rear, and that's when you get yourself into trouble, because wheel spinning out of corners like this is easily done. Trust me, it is easily done, and you could find yourself
good job. That was the fastest lap of the race
so far. You don't really feel too much understeer with this setup, and I think that might just because speeds are low think you're not going like average speed. I think in an F1 car it's like 78, 79 miles an hour. It's nowhere near you're going, I don't know where I'm going, that fast in a F2 car. But yeah, understeer doesn't seem to be much of an issue. It's there, it's 100% there, but doesn't seem to be as bad as it has been. But like I said, if you're racing against AI around a circuit like Monaco, you can, when you get out in front, you can pretty much stay there. Another thing you have to remember as well is that with F2 cars, overtaking is far easier because they are obviously thinner, but still difficult nonetheless.
Okay, you just started the final lap of the race. Final lap.
And like I said, I know Monaco comes with its pitfalls. It really does. One mistake, one small mistake, and it can be catastrophic. But when you lose that fear of Monaco, oh my god, what a circuit, what a fantastic circuit. I'm not even touching the brakes through these corners because that's how slow the car goes, and still managing to keep minimum speed up. Not even bother changing into 6th. And yeah, setup is obviously coming at the end. Remember to do all that good stuff. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. This has been Monaco, and I really hope the tips, tricks helps you, especially the setup. And I'll see you in the next.
Victory for ART then, after a quality performance. Tell me, Davide, what was the key to this success?
I think this race was won thanks to the tire management. You have to remember, it's not just about going as fast as you can. It's about consistency. It's about maintaining your speed over an entire race distance. So being able to keep the lap time competitive while still respecting the tires, that's where they want
ART,
to be.
the French team who have been racing since the 90s in various forms of motorsport, are once again back on the winner's podium today after a brilliant display of driving skill. Now then, Davide Valsecchi, who would you say was your driver of the day?
Difficult call, but I'd like to say Theo Pourchaire. He's just so gifted at getting the most out of the tires, and he showed that today.
After all this drama, you would be mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see you there.
Yo, the setup. So, it's Monaco. It's a high downforce setup. Whether you like it or not, that's where it goes. If it was Hungary or Singapore, maybe I wouldn't be running such high wings, but needs must. And with it being Monaco, it is where it is. So I've gone with 50 on the front, 40 on the rear. Obviously, I wouldn't, I would try and run a little less, obviously, with this game, with grip, etc. But it is needed. It really, really is needed. On the transmission then, I've gone with 60-40. You can go 80-20 if you want to. As a base setup, this is pretty good. I feel it serves me really well. But again, this is your setup. Change the settings. Go mad. And if you try it and it doesn't work, guess what? Revert back to the normal setup and go again. But yeah, onto the suspension geometry then. I've gone with a front camber of -2.7. I've gone with a rear camber of -1.6. I've gone with a front toe of 0.02, and I've gone with a rear toe of 0.11. I find it works throttle application is quite difficult around Monaco. There are still a lot of corners that you can really slip and slide coming out of. Like I said, I find this works, but again, you guys need to test it. You can run right, left if you want, but I found this gets that a little bit more out of the car, helps get you that a little bit faster. And you have to remember, on circuits that the AI that contain a lot of corners, the AI are extremely poor. So if you can get in front of the AI at a circuit like this, you're winning, 100% winning. On the suspension then, again, it's Monaco, it's a tricky circuit. You don't need it as stiff, a car as stiff as you do around other circuits, because you need it to basically turn on a sixpence. So I've gone with a front suspension of 24, a rear suspension of 12. I've changed this roll bars because I find you need a lot more stable rear end, or stable and stiffer rear end than at any other circuit. It will be the same for Hungary, it will be the same for Singapore. So I've gone with a roll bar of 2 at the front, I've gone with a rear anti-roll bar of 7, and then I've gone with a ride height of 34, 38. I wouldn't recommend going lower on the ride height, simply because there is a corner, there is a curb at the swimming pool section that you really need to take care of, because if you don't, you can bottom out on it and it'll just slam you straight into the wall. You really need to be careful, and if you've watched the 5 laps prior, I would have obviously talked about it. And yeah. On the brake bias, again, this only applies to ABS off users. I've gone 56%. You can go as low as 54 if you like. I find 56 helps me and stops me from locking the rears. Onto the tyres then, minimum, apart from the 0.1 on the front, I've run minimum tyre pressures. Tyres absolutely overheat like crazy on a street circuit. Monaco, Hungary, Singapore. They even got quite bad at Australia as well, and even though technically Australia isn't a street circuit, you could argue that it is. But yeah, there's a setup. Do all that good stuff. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let me know what you think about it down below, and I really hope it helps, guys. I really do, and I hope Monaco is as fulfilling for you as it is for me. I absolutely love it. And yeah, any other tips, you just need to send it. Absolutely need to send it. Take care. Peace.